Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and I've got news for you. Your Dungeons & Dragons character build doesn't really matter. And I've got a special announcement at the end of the video. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything has brought some wild options for characters, and this is great news for players that want to play characters outside of optimal builds. This means your Goliath Wizard can be just as effective as a gnome, or your Halfling Paladin can be just as strong as a half-orc. This is super important because what really matters about a character is the character. Their quirks, their traits, their stories, their adventures. These are the things that you remember. Most people aren't going to look back a couple of years and say, oh, yeah, remember Snap Shimmershell, the Tortle Divination Wizard? Oh, it was crazy when at level 4, he took the Observant feat to get his intelligence up to 16. No, we remember Snap Shimmershell, the Tortle Wizard, and the adventures that he went on with his friends trying to stop the Cult of the Dragon. We remember going to Brickhouse Games and sitting at the table by the window. And we remember buying way too many snacks at the game store while we tried to figure out a way to infiltrate an entire camp of dragon cultists. And while we're remembering, remember to hit that subscribe button if you like videos about Dungeons and Dragons and miniatures. I asked a few of my friends what they remember about their characters. See for yourself.
My favorite character was Tomfa. She was a half-orc fighter, and she collected the teeth of her enemies, the important ones, on a necklace that she wore, and she talked like Batman, so she often said, "Swear to me!"
One of my favorite story moments in D&D was when I was playing my elf bard, Alphadon. Our party went on a quest to figure out the mystery behind a weird horse. Long story short, the weird horse turned out to be a wormling, but I was so enthused by the event, I wrote a song in session about my bard regaling this tale about this weird horse.
One of the first things that I do when I'm making a new character is I like to think about their design. So I wanted to create, this soft, southern hospitality type lizard folk grandma. But when she gets down to business, the cactus comes out.
My favorite character ever was Bill Deegan, who wielded a halberd, and upon seeing some children fleeing a city that was besieged by Morani soldiers, very sneakily tripped those children so the soldiers could catch up to them.
Pom, my halfling barbarian, is my favorite character because of her love of everything dirty. There was ample opportunity to slather her in monster guts or continue to build her den of filth in the keep's basement. It let her leave her mark on our game, literally and figuratively. If you want to maximize and optimize your theory-crafted build that you found on Reddit, go for it. Have fun. But if you fast forward a couple years from now, I guarantee you're going to be remembering the adventures, not your stats. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything removes that penalty of playing the characters that we want to. It was really easy to want to play a dwarven sorcerer, but back away from it because you didn't want to be stuck with just 15 charisma to start. But now that we can move those stats around, we can play anything we want without being penalized. The customization options in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything lets us play the characters we want to tell the stories that we want. And that's why we're all here, right? To have fun. Okay, time for the big announcement. I have just launched the FryMinis Patreon. FryMinis is taking up more and more of my time, so your support will help us keep going. Your investment goes right back into the channel. That means new minis, new paints, new books, new camera gear, new everything, you name it. I've got tiers ranging all the way from $1 a month yam all the way up to $100 crinkle. Yeah, the tiers are adorably named after French fries. Join today to get benefits such as homebrew and painting reviews, special painting sessions, a possible D&D game, all the way up to a miniature in the mail, hand-painted by me, sent to you. And you can get special recognition, just like this. I want to say a special thank you to Kristen S. for being my very first patron. Thank you, Kristen. So if you like this kind of video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter, and now Patreon, patreon.com/FryMinis. And for even more, head on over to FryMinis.com. And as always, thank you. I'll see you next time.